I'm not even gonna lie to you, I didn't particularly enjoy tonight's episode of NXT. Not that the show was bad, the flow and everything that happened, it just felt off. I don't know what it was about it, I don't know what could have changed to make it better. The show just didn't hit with me. And it wasn't even a bad show, like I said, I enjoyed a lot of stuff tonight. It just, things felt weird. But let's start with the show. Tony DAngelo defeats Ridge Holland to retain the NXT North American Championship with the help of Izzy Dame, who says they're now even. I kinda like this. Low-key, I hope Izzy Dame joins. I said I wanted her to join the Shawn Spears faction before. I'm pivoting. I want her to join the family. It just feels right. I don't know what it is about her. There's just a bunch of factions you can put her in, and it's just gonna feel like she fits seamlessly, and this is one of them. Now, we're obviously not done with this whole thing because we're yet to have Tony D'Angelo versus Shawn Spears for the North American Championship because that seems like the match we were building towards. So there's still a lot going with this story, and we don't know where Adriana Rizzo is falling in all of this since she's seemingly trying to overcompensate for her mistakes. But this was interesting, and I did enjoy this. Then backstage, Wes Lee, not Rich Holland, Wes Lee is seeking trouble from Dion Lennox when Trick Williams appears. He then tries to seek trouble with Trick Williams and just gets bitch slapped. And that leads us to a match later tonight where Wes Lee defeats Dion Lennox. Dion Lennox, he didn't look happy at all. It's definitely part of a storyline, but after he loses, he's essentially like F this place and he's gone. I don't know what we're doing here. I thought he could be a cool up and coming babyface, but that's clearly not the direction we're going in. And for Wesley, he calls out Trick Williams after the match, and Trick Williams comes out and just runs him off like Wesley looked like the little brother of Trick Williams who's like scared to get a beating. That's what this was. We're gonna have Trick Williams and Wesley very soon, and that's gonna be our final Trick Williams feud before he goes back to over Femi. I'm excited for this. I don't know, like with Trick Williams being back. I wanted to talk about this a bit later, but I'm just gonna get in this here. I don't know what the idea is. I thought we are gonna wait it out a bit and then build Trick and Oba for Stand and Deliver, but I don't think we're gonna stretch this feud out until then. It's like 2 more months. Are we going to be able to stretch this feud out until then? Because with all the other feuds, the longer it takes, the worse it gets. And I don't know if they're going to be able to make this one good. Then Bayley is back. She is here to teach Roxanne Perez a lesson. And then Giulia comes out. And Giulia is like, I want to carry this NXT Women's title like honor, just like you did, because I looked up to you. And then Roxanne Perez and Cora Jade come out and they get booed out of the building. Like seriously, nobody liked them. That was Dominic Mysterio level heat. But I did enjoy it. I do enjoy their work as heels. Roxanne and Cora together is just a lot better than Roxanne alone. I think she really needs Cora as this mouthpiece for her. Not that she's not good on the mic on her own, it's just Cora helps elevate her a lot. But yeah, eventually a brawl breaks out and they brawl for a very long time. And this is going to be a tag team match, most likely we see next week in Atlanta. But I will say is I want to see Giulia go out on her own and actually make a name for herself. Because obviously everyone knows her. She's a major star, but I still don't know her. It's like, I'm going to compare this to Masha Slamovich. She's been treated extremely well since she got into TNA. Well, not TNA, since she got that TNA Knockouts Championship. She's been really treated as her own person and we've gotten to know her, connect with her. I don't have that with Giulia. And obviously, Masha's been in TNA for a very long time, a lot longer than Giulia's been in NXT. But NXT has a lot more resources. Giulia is a lot bigger name. We should be having the audience build a connection. But instead now we're just putting her with Bayley and keeping her with Roxanne, where she doesn't even feel like the most important person in this rivalry. It doesn't work for me. But backstage, Jada Parker is pulling a Wesley and looking for trouble with both Kalani Jordan and Carmen Petrovic, which sets up a match with Carmen. Now listen, I know about the controversy with Jada Parker. I honestly don't care too much. She's very entertaining and I really enjoy her work a lot. I think she has superstar potential. So if she just puts her head down and just let it all run past her, I'm not going to look too deep into it. Nonetheless, she loses to Carmen Petrovic with the help of Kalani Jordan, I don't know where any of these women are going next. Obviously, Kalani and Jada are gonna have a feud. Hopefully, it's a pretty long, pretty good feud. For Carmen, I don't know, but just getting this victory, it's a step in the right direction for her. And then we have Alexis King defeating Charlie Dempsey to retain the NXT Heritage Cup. I don't have a lot to say because I couldn't care any less about this feud. I don't know what it is, it's just unentertaining. Get myself zoning off, not really caring a lot. I have nothing to say about this. It's not interesting, and I don't know how to make it interesting. Then Andre Chase is still being his brooding self. He tells Hank and Tank to break up because all tag teams eventually break up. And then he finds some young guys watching some NXT tape, and they're like, "Yo, Mr. Chase, you used to be a badass," but he just says, "Used to be, I'm not anymore." Okay, it's clear that I forgot the guy's name, but he's gonna be Mr. Chase's next student. They're gonna have this thing where Mr. Chase is the unwilling teacher and he's going to be forced to help him. I don't know his name. That's so weird. I can't remember his name. This rarely happens. This happens a lot. Shut up. But that's probably what's gonna happen. I just feel like we've taken too long with this thing because like deadline was early December and this whole breakup thing has been going since November and we're still going. It's just been too long. Like, I have a whole really interesting idea of what they could do with Chase University. I would like to make a video about that, but this isn't it. This isn't it. It feels like by the time we're getting back to it, it's just gonna be old news. But then we finally get to the main event, where it's Femi versus Eddie Thorpe, and Grayson Waller and Austin Theory are looking on from that high ceiling place, the rafters you could call it, of NXT. I keep forgetting the name. Whoa, this is a bad day for me making videos, isn't it? But yeah, they're looking and they're going to interview whoever is the champion next week. Obviously, the champion is Femi. Femi just defeats Eddie Thorpe. Nothing more to say. Eddie Thorpe never stood a chance. Like, even going into this match, there was absolutely no believable chance of Eddie Thorpe possibly winning the championship. So yeah, Femi wins and he stares down Grayson Waller and Austin Theory after the match. But when he turns around, Trick Williams is back and the two have a stare off. Eddie Thorpe tries to make himself a part of it, but Trick Williams just trick shots him, takes him out of the picture again. I am very excited for Trick Williams and Femi one-on-one feud. I just hope they do it correctly this time. Like, I get why they had to make Eddie Thorpe involved. It really pushed him into a spot he would have never been before. It's developmental. That's what you need to do. Give these people shine. It makes sense. But still, I would have liked a Trick Williams versus Femi heavy feud. But hopefully they don't ruin it this time like they did before. For one, I've lost a lot of faith in NXT recently because their shows just haven't been that entertaining for the most part. Like, a lot of decisions they make don't hit with me. So I hope they can actually get me to invest back in the show again. But if I had to give tonight's show a rating, it would only be a 6 out of 10. Like, some good stuff that I really enjoyed, but they got very overshadowed by the other stuff that just, the show felt off. Like, I watch Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown every single week, and those shows are so entertaining to me. And then I tune into NXT and it just doesn't feel on par like it used to in like 6 months ago. So I don't know what it is, and I'm considering like just leaving NXT for a bit and switching to Raw and SmackDown for a bit, because those shows I actually enjoy watching, and still doing TNA. But yeah, we're gonna give NXT a few more weeks, see what's up, and then I'll make that decision. But if you still want to tune into my channel regardless of that, please do, and leave a like and subscribe, because I would appreciate that a lot. So thank you for watching. I hope to see you again soon, and goodbye.